I stayed longer than I should have, not because I was weak, but because I kept thinking things would go back to how they were. Hi, I'm Christine, and this is the part of my life I don't usually talk about. When I first met Paul, everything felt normal. He had a stable job. We had a simple life. We weren't rich, but we were okay. We would sit together, talk about random things, watch movies, eat together. It felt like peace. And honestly, that's all I ever wanted. But slowly, things started changing. Not suddenly. That's the scary part. It happened so slowly. You keep adjusting. Instead of caring, he started spending more time on his phone. At first, I did not care. Everyone does that. Then I noticed he wasn't really present anymore. Even when he was sitting next to me, he wasn't with me. One day I asked him, "Everything okay?" And he said, "Yeah, just trying something new. It's nothing." It was gambling. At first, small amounts. And then one day he won. I remember his face that day. I hadn't seen him that happy in a while. And stupidly, I felt happy for him. That win changed everything. After that, money became his focus, not us, not the house, not me. He started losing, then chasing those losses, then borrowing, then hiding things. And without realizing it, I became part of the system. I wasn't his partner anymore. I was the one who paid bills, cleaned the house, covered for him, stayed quiet. I kept telling myself, this is temporary. He'll fix it. He's just stressed. But deep down, I knew something was very wrong. The house was clean, food was always ready. Everything looked normal from outside, but inside, it was falling apart. He stopped talking to me properly. Small things would trigger him. He'd snap, get irritated, like my presence annoyed him. And still, I stayed, because I thought, if I support him, if I stay patient, he'll come back to me. But he didn't. He got worse. Then came the debts, calls at night, messages he wouldn't show me. And one day he looked at me and said, "I need money." I asked, "How much?" He said, "I need 10,000. I don't care how you get it." That line, I still remember it clearly. No emotion, no hesitation, just demand. And the worst part? I still tried to help him because I was still thinking like someone in love, not someone being used. After that, things got ugly. Arguments became normal. Respect disappeared. And then, one day, he slapped me. I didn't even react immediately. I was just shocked. Like, did this really just happen? And before I could even process it, he left, got in his car, and drove away. And I was just sitting there, outside the house, holding my face, trying to understand how my life became this. That was the lowest point of my life, not because of the slap, but because I finally saw the truth. I wasn't loved. I was being used. And that realization hurt more than anything. I don't know how long I sat there, but then someone came. Matt, my neighbor. He had seen everything. He didn't ask a lot of questions. He just said, "Are you okay?" And I don't know why, but that simple question broke me, because no one had asked me that in a long time. He helped me get up, took me inside, cleaned my wound, didn't judge me, didn't lecture me, didn't make me feel stupid. He just treated me like a human being, and that felt strange. After that, he started checking on me, small things. "Did you eat? You okay? Need anything?" No pressure, no expectations, just kindness. We started talking more, just normal conversations, nothing special. But for me, It felt like everything. One day he looked at me and said, "You're smart. Why aren't you working full time?" That question stayed in my head, because the truth was, I had stopped thinking about myself. My life had become about managing his problems. That's when I realized I had lost myself. Not suddenly, but slowly. So I made a decision. I got a full-time job. I started saving money. I hired help for the house. And for the first time in a long time, I felt in control. Leaving Paul didn't happen in one day. But mentally, I had already started leaving. Matt never told me to leave him. He just showed me what normal feels like, what respect feels like. And that changed everything. One day, I kissed him. Not because I planned it, but because I felt safe. And I forgot what that felt like. He stepped back, didn't take advantage, didn't rush anything. And that's when I knew this was different. That night, I was overthinking everything. So I went to his house and found him sick, fever. So I stayed, took care of him. And in that moment, something clicked. I wasn't broken. I was just in the wrong place for too long. Eventually, I left Paul, not with drama, not with revenge, just quietly. And that was the strongest thing I've ever done. Today, my life is different. I work, I earn, I smile, and I'm with someone who doesn't make me feel small. Love now feels calm, safe, easy. And sometimes we just sit quietly, and I rest my head on his shoulder, and I think, this is what love is supposed to feel like. So if you're watching this, and you feel stuck, or you're staying somewhere, hoping things will change, ask yourself honestly, are you loved? Or are you just being tolerated? And when was the last time you chose yourself? Because trust me, the moment you do, everything changes.